Jay Baba, I just want to welcome Raine Eastman to another wonderful night. We're so grateful you're here. We've been waiting months and months and months, it seems, for you, a year even.
Yeah.
So grateful you're here tonight. We've missed you. I'm going to turn it over to you, Raine. Thanks.
Jay Barber, well, no prep whatsoever. But we'll start out with Rainietta's song, seeing as she is not here and gave me this time. By Sam Saunders, 21st of September, 1980. With light from his pure love, I wind my way on a road no distance knows. Only today, but far behind is yesterday. From the stars and their dreams, till the wind brought to my lips the clear song of the name of Mayfair. Farewell, old ancient world, I feel so young. No more your iron chains, on his swift glance my heart is hung. Far behind is yesterday, from the stars and their dreams, till the wind brought to my lips the clear song of the name of Mayfair. I go to his lovely feet. On hopelessness alone I place my trust. My destination lies in the dust. Far behind is yesterday, from the stars and their dreams, till the wind brought to my lips the clear song of the name of Mayfair. There are some songs that doesn't matter how long you sing them, you're still enamored. It's actually based on Bachianas Brasileiras No. 5 by Villalobos, which always used to be my favourite song. Seeing as the fingers are still working for a little while, we'll try
Beautiful.
Francis Mayer's Necklace to a Chris Gray melody. In the beginning, let's beginning, you rose and began a lovely singing. The notes were our hearts which you were stringing into a necklace for beauty's gain. The stars remained around you swinging. But I my own tune started singing, and went as a bird my own way winging. But my song became my bitter pain. Now is my song one without a tune, a dog baying at a lifeless moon, a cricket chirring in a desert dune, a wildflower thirsting for your rain. Sing again, Mayhair, your splendid singing. Faint in my heart is its echo ringing, and I, a dust grain, to your feet am clinging. Upon your necklace, string me again, at long last to begin, a beginning. Best just to stop if the fingers won't go there, I guess.
It was beautiful, Rainey. Thank you. It's one of my favorites.
Wonderful, wonderful, Rainey.
What is that second section? I don't even know. Oh, there it is, all notated. Okay. Well, the fingers are still working. Sometimes it amazes me how strong the power of love can be, and sometimes you just take my breath away. You've watched my love grow like a child. It's sometimes gentle, it's sometimes wild, and oh, Mayhair, you just take my breath away. And it's too good to slip by, it's too good to lose, and too good to be there just to use. I'm gonna stand on this mountain top and tell the news. Mayhair, you take my breath away. You watched my love grow like a child. It's sometimes gentle, it's sometimes wild, and don't you know you just take my breath away. My life is yours, my heart will be singing to you eternally, and oh, Mayhair, you just take my breath away. And it's too good to slip by, it's too good to lose, and too good to be there just to use. I'm gonna stand on this mountain top and tell the news that it's so good to talk about, so good to feel for. Once in my life I've found a love that's real. I'm gonna stand on a mountain top and spread the news. Mayhair, you take my breath away. think these. I haven't looked at it yet. I wrote this one night, late at night, and I was sitting here and I heard these footsteps from the foyer into Raine's room. I hear your footfall, but they tell me that it's no longer audible. Oh, but Mera, I heard your footfall. I hear your bell-like laughter, but they tell me that it's no longer here. Oh, Mera, I heard your laughter. I hear your bangles jingling, but they tell me those subtle colors, they're gone. Oh, Mera, I heard your bangles. Those memories no time spent ever will erase. Your beauty, devotion, nothing will replace, nothing will erase, nothing will replace, nothing will erase. I hear your footfall, but they tell me that it's no longer audible. But Mera, I heard your footfall. Those memories no time spent ever will erase. Your beauty, devotion, nothing can replace, nothing will erase, nothing can replace, nothing will erase.
Woohoo! Love that song.
That was sublime.
I love dreamy songs. Oh, what have we got here? Okay, let's give the fingers a rest for a minute here. Love is lovely, love is lowly, love is lowly. Guzzle 42 from Industi Sing with a melody by Robert Welsh. And those of you that have heard Industi Sing, the album re-release that I've been putting up on my Facebook page, yes, someone found us from 1985 to now and re-released the album. Too much. Bob is in heaven. And they released it on vinyl, which is very cool apparently for a jazz musician. Love is lovely, love is lowly, love is lowly. Love is lovely, love is lowly. Love is lovely and lowly. It runs from high places as swiftly as summer rain down the mountainside races. In the mountain passes of intellect the heart freezes. In the valleys of love, how sweet are the scented breezes. Mine toils like a spider that spins a new web every night. When love is idle as flowers that bloom for the beloved's delight. Love is faithful to itself. Intellect commits treason to its own integrity through perverted reason. But love is lovely and lowly. It seeks hollow places at the feet of the perfect master. Is where God's grace is where God's grace is. J. These guzzles, you know, they lend them to everybody's style. At first, when we first saw 7 couplets, it's like, oh God, how are you going to turn that into a song? Jim often talks about this too. Well, how you're going to turn that into a song is you're going to try and work out how do we fit that into the Western A-B, A-B, C-B, A, or any of the other forms. So we did complicated things, simple things, grabbed a line, put it in as a repeating refrain, all sorts of different styles, or just sang them to beautiful, ordinary melodies, shanties, folk songs, jazz songs, and so on. And everyone's developed their own style. And there was a young chap said to Francis at the tomb, that person sang the wrong version of Guzzle 1. And Francis said, a bloke wouldn't mind if there were 100 versions of every one of his poems. This one's by Heather Nadell. Sing along. I remember distinctly the beginnings of this love, about which it was easy to make vows so hard to prove. The new moon hung from a blossom-laden apple bough, and eternity hung in the silence of that now. Presently the stars came out, they got caught in your hair. Then dawn escaped from your eyes and spread everywhere. Night followed night of dreaming and loving till the months are closed, when the moon came up and stood on the hill like a yellow rose. You stole from my side sometime during that full moon night. When I awoke, my body was shrouded in white. Gradually the moon waned to a chink in a curtained window, then died, and the dark took over to forever continue. I left my house and orchard and I came down to the seashore, where my grief can be heard by none above the surf's roar. Oh, but I remember distinctly the beginnings of this love, about which it was easy to make vows so hard to prove. Gorgeous. Oh my God. I find it interesting that the moon phases are in there of Barbara's death, and it was written in 62. You all know I have a deep love of early music, and I knock off tunes and version them. When Francis did that for the East-West Gathering, he apologized to Barbara and said, you know, I did only have 6 weeks to 8 weeks to write an entire book and 29 songs, so I had to borrow a lot of melodies. And Barbara said, don't worry about that. Don't bother about that. The melody's just to tickle the ear to let the words in. I haven't done this for years, but I feel like doing it because it's got some great lines in it. Guzzle 30, IDIS, I indust I sing. Oh, it's high, isn't it? Okay. Though you have remained aloof, we have not sought other shrines. Rather have we fanned with our sighs the flame that refines, the flame that refines. So it is that although you cover your face from our sight, its reflection within our hearts hourly becomes more bright, hourly becomes more bright. When our eyes have been washed with blood, we will see you as you really are. When our eyes have been washed with blood, we will see you as you really are. Your named qualities we let others hoist as flags in their holy wars. They will carry the message that they imagine you gave. For us we know only you. There will be no world to save. There'll be no world to save. Men labor only so long as they do not know that you do all. From fiercely shining sun to cooling dew, and you will be there marching, and their cries though they will not know it. For your grace falls on whomsoever you wish to bestow it, whoever you wish to bestow it. Though you should remain forever aloof, we have made our choice. Though you should remain forever aloof, we have made our choice. Our tears are your compassion, our tears are your compassion, our sighs are your own sweet voice. Surprisingly, that is a tune by Heather Nadell in 1974. She taught it to me in the bathroom at the Ashoka. And I still have the tape. Yes, I keep everything. Okay, well, we'll do one last guzzle, which we don't need any of these. Any more prompts? That's enough of all that. Oh, what is that? Okay. This is for Ruthie. When dawn tended her rose garden in the eastern sky, I passed along Love Street and heard a distraught one sigh, though your house is in this street. I'm far from your door, for my tears have become an ocean that has no shore. What strange tune is this, beloved? In what mode and over the wine cup sleep, and oh God, I was adrift like a derelict ship. Then the wind blew O'Hare across the sky. Black night fell on the tossed waters and covered the moon from sight. What I thought was a star came out, ah, but it was your tear. It hung, it burned through the night. It took away all fear. I would leave this raft and I'd swim back to you. But alas, now that the daylight has come, the water is a broken glass. I would leave this raft and I'd swim back to you. But alas, now that the daylight has come, the waters were a broken glass. Oh, to dreams and glory. It's too much, isn't it? It's too much.
So good. Thank you. That was probably the most beautiful. I've heard you sing it, but I say it every time.
Yeah, you say it every time. That's the best yet. Time to move on to something else. I can't get away from, I know dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. I'll do one last a cappella one, perhaps. Okay, one last a cappella one. Just throwing guzzles on the floor here. I'm sure that's not right, but anyway. Where's that little doodle-acky? Here it is. Oh, is this one's fun? Awake and sing, all you that float on the ocean of illusion. Awake and sing, all you that float on the ocean of illusion. The beloved is here, the beloved is here, and in him there is no exclusion. Empty your skull of their brains, wash them out clean and have them ready as wine bowls. Empty your skull of their brains, wash them out clean and have them ready as wine bowls. Who knows? The beloved we may have our names inscribed on the wine shop's honor rolls. Awake and come up from the waters of illusion, sad sea, onto the beach of the wine shop's threshold and its sweet melody. The beloved has millions of years and eyes, and not a note or step will be lost. And I tell you that his greatest attribute, unwritten yet, is the divine host. But if it is not his pleasure to play host to us this time, what of it? What of it? But if it is not his pleasure to play host to us this time, what of it? What of it, Tammy? We'll go on singing. Yeah, we'll go on singing. maybe to compose the best of the Advent song hit. The Advent song hit. Maybe to compose the best of the Advent song hit. Song hit. Francis, tell them your secret. Hey, Francis, tell them your secret. The beloved cannot resist good singing for long. That's been his weakness ever since he sang the world into being, the world into being, the world into being with a song. It's great when there's 20 singers doing it too. It's written for a choir, believe it or not. I sort of converted it. May her beloved, may her beloved, may her Baba, may her beloved, may her beloved, may her Baba, may her beloved, may her beloved, may her Baba, may her beloved, may her beloved, may her Baba. Why are you so long, Mayhair? I can't keep on singing my song unless I can see you soon. How can I keep my song in tune? Mayhair beloved, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair Baba, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair Baba. Why this love pretense, Mayhair? All that I know is your absence. Words can never fill for me that space where your dear face should be. Mayhair beloved, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair Baba, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair beloved, Mayhair Baba. Say if it is not Mayhair, my share to know you as you are, I'll spend the remaining years sailing boats on my sea of tears, sailing boats on my sea of tears, sailing boats on my sea of tears. Francis Brabazon. This one's anonymous. I learnt this in the Samadhi in about 75 from, 85, sorry, from Mahaprabhu Bilamoria's nephew. And he learned it from a Franciscan monk in Mumbai in a convent school, a private school. And it was my first husband, Stephen Hines, one of his favourites that I sang. He'd since passed last year. He is my everything, he is my all, he is my everything, both great and small, so small, so small. He gave his life for me, he made everything new. He is my everything. Now how about you? Like honey in the rock, sweet honey in the rock, for he tastes like honey in the rock. Oh, that the Lord is good, for he tastes like honey in the rock. He is my everything, he is my all. Oh yes, he's everything, both great and small, so small, so small. He gave his life for me, he made everything new. He is my everything. Now, how about you? Fun, huh? Honey in the Rock, I think it's the Old Testament, Rosalie, right? Another Brabazon borrowed blues melody, slowed down. Handsome rider, see what you have done. You made me love you, and then left me alone. Handsome rider, on your fine white horse, riding by. You made me love you, but you then left me to cry. Handsome rider, with your flashing eyes, you made me love you, but you then left me outside. Paradise. Weary, weary man on his way to you, beloved maid, soon to rest at your dear feet, there to rest in the dust and glory. Lover, lover man, praising you, beloved maid, soon to see your lovely face, on which to gaze in amaze and glory. Happy, happy man, singing to you, beloved maid, soon to die by your dear grace, soon to die to himself in glory. One last more of Brabazon blues, although there's plenty. On a Monday, I went out walking. Oh, we have to go back to the left, to the left, to the left, to the left. This is about the 4-day week. And right since 1920 and Robert Johnson, we have every great blues singers writing about the 4-day week. Instead of working the 7-day week and the 6-day week, the 5.5-day week, and now we're stuck with the 5-day week. But what they all wanted, those worn out workers, were the 4-day week. On a Monday, I went out walking. On a Tuesday, I stayed home feeling sad. On a Wednesday, I was with my friends talking. On a Thursday, though, I gave away all I had. I gave away all I had, and I started hoofing and a-crawling and a-rolling to the feet of God. On a Monday, I was bright as a sparrow. On a Tuesday, though, I was feeling like a louse. On a Wednesday, though, I sped just like an arrow. And on that Thursday, I arrived at God's house. I arrived at God's house and I started sweeping with my eyelashes the steps up to his door. On a Monday, the Lord was very kind, but on a Tuesday, he turned his back on me. On a Wednesday, he took away my mind. On a Thursday, yeah, his truth he made me see. His truth, he made me see his form and his beauty and his onlyness. He made me see. It's only 2 chords I could have, but I needed a rest. Shining road through my heart. Shining road, stretching away, making the night glorious. Erasing the stains of the day. Shining road through my heart. Shining road, stretching away, making the night glorious, erasing the stains of the day. Shining road reflected from one movement, beloved word of your eyelid. What glory, beloved, by your glance of grace, will be revealed, that's now hid. Shining road through my heart. Shining road, stretching away, making the night glorious, erasing the stains of the day. Shining road through my heart. Journey to my beloved's door. Once eyebrows have swept its step, I will journey no more. Shining road reflected from one movement, beloved word, God of your eyelid. What glory, beloved, by your glance of grace, will be revealed, that now is hid. Will be revealed, that now is hid. Oh, how far are we going to go here? Okay, there's a sign. Okay, we'll try it then. I get it. I get it. As Franny would say, I get it. And Mummy, I get it. So we have a special occasion coming up on Sunday, good old St. Patrick's Day, and we could think that we might not know a lot of Irish songs, some of us, but we actually know a heap of them because why? Because, as Franny would say, we have an Australian Irish songwriting Monthly. I can just get them as I go, I guess. This one's hard yakka, as we say in Australia. A lot of words, and they're not very clear. Maybe they'll be clearer in here. So the opening of this remarkable, astonishing history book, The East-West Gathering, has all these quickly thought through songs about people of working class, so to say, coming to Barber's feet because they had to get time off from work. And Barber chose very ordinary working people to come to him, and this was a big deal. What a torrent of tongues was released. Friends were calling on friends. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? They were babbling to one another. So many chords here, chord changes. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? I'll have to get me a new pair of shoes, black or tan, cloth or suede. I don't care much how they're made. For Barber sent an invitation to every civilized nation, to each one of some love relation, to come and visit him. Have you heard that? Have you heard that? I'll have to get me a brand new hat, tall as a chimney, flat as a bun, plain or as whimsical as a pun. For Barber has sent word to us to come by plane or ship or bus, without worry or fret or fuss, to spend 4 days with him. Have you heard the news? The news that's huge. I'll have to get me a nice new suit. I don't care whether it's tailor done or in the Orkney Islands spun. For Barber sent his invitation to city and to outback station, to all who made love's affirmation, to come and visit him. Have you heard the news? Have you heard the news? I must get someone tighten me head screws. I don't care in what manner, use screwdriver or spanner. For Barber has sent his dear word to us. Isn't it absurd? It seems screw loose heads are preferred, to spend 4 days with him. But they scrounged around and they got the dough and sold things they no longer wanted. And with that flat statement, I have to go, their bewildered bosses they fronted. And those who, above what they needed, had more, shared with the have-nots their surplus store. Oh, Paddy dear, did you hear the news that's going round? Mayhap Bar invites us to meet him in Puna Town. Our good beloved Barber is to call us to give us his kiss before the dawn of that dread day of missiles flying round. Now, Paddy dear, you must hear I'm going for him to see. You too had best take time from work and come along with me. For what? For like the poor is always with us for all our bloomin' days. But if we miss seeing God-man now, a great loss that will be. So, Paddy dear, let us not fear and go and see our boss. And if he chucks us in the street, indeed 'twill be no loss. For loss can be the bestest gain, when with it we lose fear's pain. And rich we'll be, though all we'll lose, when God is kind to us. It shouldn't be inferred here the mention of missiles that the dread of doom drove people to Mayababa. Love alone took them to embrace his knees and be lifted up for his kiss. When a body meets a body coming through the rye, says a body, see the mushrooms growing in the sky. Time there was they grew on ground, look at them today. And each one costs £1,000,000, time folk began to pray. When a body meets a body coming through the rye, says a body, see the mushrooms, how they grow so high. They were small and flat and round, but look at them today. And each one can raise a city to the ground, time folk learnt love's way. And there'll be no escape on mountains or in concrete caves, when the mushroom's wall goes floating round the world in waves. No good calling on God then, you put him way back in the sky. A body should have spoke him when he was a-coming through the rye. Ah, but still there is a chance for a body, if one takes his name, and cries, Jaya, Jaya, Baba, how glad we are you came. Not just for our own salvation, that's not worth a sigh, but because you came down to our station, and you kissed us when you was coming through the rye.
Wonderful, Rainey.
You might
Love hearing those.
might be a wondering how in the name of God we had the time to learn all these hundreds of things. Number one, we were young. Number two, we really didn't have anything else to do, because once you came to Mayababa, nobody that smoked dope or did anything wanted to do with you anyway. You know, they all disappeared. And so, also, it came to my attention recently through somebody that not everybody realizes what this group did. This group had no life. This group gave up everything, and every single weekend for 10 years, every Friday night went up to Avatar's Abode, and every Sunday night or Monday morning went back to work. We spent every weekend for 10 years with Francis Brabazon. And just as tough as it was for Francis face-to-face with Baba, it was just as tough for us face-to-face with the crusty person who never said anything. Yesterday someone asked me, did Francis tell you the story about this Kirkpatrick guy? Francis never told us anything, like anything. He never talked, he never spoke, he never told us anything. Read my work. If it's not in my work, then I don't know what to say about it. And his work came out of that room. I mean, just all these things in these old songbooks, which you've seen before. I'll show off again, because they really should, at this point, have an excellent university scanner scan them. There's 7 altogether. These are 4 of them. And he would come out of his room and hand a scrawny piece of paper, and you had to write the song in. I mean, years of it. And eventually, you know, there was typists and there was roneoing, and eventually, of course, from these songbooks became the Golden Book of Praise, that glorious book with as many as we could get out of him to publish. And Chris Haffenden's husband, Chris, he was the notator. He did all the notation for that remarkable book. I mean, you can go to Sahavas now and pick it up for $1. Pick up 3 or 4 and give them out to people. It's astonishing. Where are we now? Oh, yes, now we're on page. I do get distracted.
Where do we go to get those?
The Golden Book of Praise, it looks like this. And any Sahavas I go to, or write to Sheria, or just write to Karen Talbot. People do pass away, and we have so many books.
Sure.
And this is what it looks like. It's a beautifully notated book by Chris and Sam, the Golden Book of Praise. A lot of these songs ended up in this book, and it's a big story. You might like to hear it, actually. When I came here in '79, Phyllis Frederick found out I was trucking around with these books.
Is it like, it looks similar to this, the way it's bound?
Yes, it was done deliberately the
One of
same as
these.
that.
It's
Yes.
a continuation. Wonderful,
No,
yeah.
it's not a continuation. They're the American songs, and these are the Brabazon songs in this book. And it's gorgeous. It's just, I mean, you really get the whole nine yards in this. It's certainly not my songbooks anymore. So, and what's in this is also Francis's own melodies, not just borrowed melodies, which I'm going to give up on in a moment. But anyway, so Phyllis, I was a mail order bride and to a Barber lover, and so Phyllis kicked my songbooks under a chair anyway. That's what happened, and we went home without the songbooks. First time I'd ever been apart from them for 10 years in a cocoon round Avatar's abode, and I said, we've got to drive back right across LA. We've got to go back and get it to Phyllis's house. When the meetings, Rosalie, were at our house, remember? And so we go back, and she hands it back to me, and she said, now, I want you to work on this with me. Give me Francis's address, and I will publish these as an awakener. So that's what it is, actually. It's an awakener. Volume, blah, 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 XYZ, blah, blah. And Phyllis worked with Francis and Sam, and then Chris Haffenden here, and it got published as the Golden Book of Praise. A masterpiece.
I'm so glad to know that Chris did that work.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh God, he's quite the musical prodigy, that young man. Young man he was. He seems young. They all seem young to me. I think I'm the oldest. So back to the Irish. It's the Irish in me. My name is Raine King Eastman, before I married. 12 kids on that side. So the mornings were for Westerners to sit and pour their love out at his feet. For they had journeyed furthest for love to meet, had scraped the flesh of purses to the bone, to feed the metal birds that shrilly drone, I can say that, Pammy, shrilly drone across the skies in return for a seat. Out from the mouth of God, each lover found that in God's company distinctions ceased. Each was from tribal prejudice released. Each was from tribal prejudice released. They sat down in the shadow of his feet, and their hearts sang of the pilgrimage ended. Oh, it's the wrong guitar. I did it again. I'm sorry. That has a story as well. That's Ron Bluestein's guitar, that one. This one's Bob Brown's. Baba, now we agree. So this melody is a Carol Ann melody. Francis's musicianship goes right back to his mother. His mother was an Irish pianist and taught music lessons on their rabbit farm, while his father wrote highfalutin critiques of various books in England, and they virtually starved on some Australian farm from age 7 on. But his mother was a musician, so he was a great musician, and he knew of Carol Ann and all of the early music, the middle music, the blues music, the classical music, you name it. And he sight read very well too. And he also knew a little bit about ragas. Not as much as me, but he knew a little bit. So this is the Carol Ann tune. Now they're mighty tunes. And also there's a Planxty, a tune written for a Lord Brabazon amongst the Carol Ann tunes. The harpist, the blind harpist. Indeed there is. So it's an old Irish name. Baba, now we greet you on this lovely morning when joy's petals open in brightness for you. For now as we meet you, a new day is dawning across the hot skies where before darkness grew. Sing hearts, Jaya Jaya Baba, ring hearts, Jaya Jaya Baba. After our weary travel, we have reached our goal. After storm-tossed journey, we anchor in the harbour of your dear feet shelter, and ended his toil. The sight of your face, Baba, is all our pleasure. For from your love glancing, the sun each day starts. At your feet, Baba, we place all of our treasure. And that is this song which we sing in our hearts. Sing hearts, Jaya Jaya Baba, ring hearts, Jaya Jaya Baba. Sing and ring each singly and all in our accord. For after a long journey we have reached safe harbor. For you are our dear friend and most loving Lord. Did you catch that bit of French vibrato in there? Yeah, it's because I've been singing. I've been singing with Tracy Chapman. It's very catchy.
Rainey, what was that original song? I mean, we sang it at camp, and it was one of my favorite songs. That about a bird, wasn't it about a bird?
Yeah, it's had lots of words because it's really from Carolan was. He was around when he studied with Handel, so he goes way back to early music. So I don't know what set of words you had, but there's
Grove.
well-known words to these things. Mike might know.
The Ash Grove, that's what it was.
The Ash Grove, yes.
Ash Grove, da 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 da. It's
That's
beautiful.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm.
So this one is, it's called Do You Ken? Do You Know? I think it was perhaps a bit political. Do you know John Peel? But in actual fact, it goes back even further to the Annie Bell border song of Scotland and England. And a lot of Scottish-Irish songs, because they both spoke Gaelic, it's hard to know their origins because they were travelling blind harvests and they all went every which way. The other marvellous thing about this is, and it's where we get the ship is sinking, and a lot of the sailors' songs from Francis, is that there was this guy named Percy Granger, incredible musician, and he got into a lot of hot water and no one really believed any of it. But anyway, he was in England and a friend of his had developed a taping machine. This is like turn of the century, 1900s. And he went around and he taped everything pretty much that we have today, or we would not have these so many variations on all these themes and all these songs notated that never had been, that were the songs of the people. Do you ken that? It's way too high for me, huh? I can't see the other chords. I'll just do it a cappella. Do you ken the call at the break of day in your young, young heart so strong and gay? It is Baba calling, don't delay, for I'm off hunting this morning. I will take 2 or 3 or maybe a score or perhaps 21 or a lot more, for I love young hearts that are brave and raw, and I want to come hunting this morning. We will hunt for the fox of your soul, that's hiding in the scrub in a dark, dark hole, and we won't give up till we reach the goal of our hunting on this fine morning. Now he plays a note on his golden horn, the same that rang out on the first most morn, and from which the whole blooming world was born, when Baba went hunting this morning. So lads and lassies, don't delay, the huntsman's come and he won't for long stay. See him in his bright pink coat, and he's going hunting this morning. There's too many chord changes, as I went from octaves higher down to lower. Everyone present was ready for this hunt, but by God, this hunt was no joke. To ride with one who ranges through the thickets of heart and across the hills and valleys of mind on the best of horses, and never gives up until his quarry is caught. Take, oh take my eyes away, memory be erasing, for myself I'll surely slay by on Mayhair's gazing. He comes for our sake, you say, God with manhood blending, but I call him break of day, when night has its ending. Take, oh take my ears away, that his words are hearing, for myself I cannot say, it's his love I'm bearing. He is peace and love, you say, Godhood to man bending. Dawn is for, let it delay, or what of suns descending. The veils of the beloved are mirrors of the lover. What is seen in the mirror is not reality, but a reflection of one's own desire. But since the lover is drunk, he takes the reflection of his desire as the reality of the beloved. The lion of his word. That night when even stone loses its grip on God's skirt and the cities crash back into the sleep of the dream that built them, who will be able to see in the lion's flashing eyes the love glances of the beloved, and in its sweeping mane his curls? Who will take drops of his blood as it pours out over the earth and form them into the notes of a new song? What's this? Oh, this song's Robin Adair. You must remember this one. What's this gay scene to me? I see him there. Though you say him I see, not him I swear. What you see is your own image of him, carved as a block of stone by your eyes' whim. What's this love warm as rain on all being shed? Under a hill of pain he's buried. What you see is your own begotten smile, carved as a flower of stone that blooms a while. What's this bright throng to me without his song? Though you say him I see, I say you're wrong. What you see is your own reflecting tears, carved as a precious stone you dare to wear. Behold the beloved of love, seated on a throne of hearts, his neck garlanded with kisses, and his feet washed with the foam of flowers, pouring out the bright wine of love, listening to his ocean's silent song. How are we going here? We are running out of time, I think. How are we going for time?
You're
We
muted.
still have a little bit of time, dear.
All right.
Yes. Lucky us.
Ah.
Did
So,
you
yeah.
deliberately skip the dawn light breaks?
Yes, because Lorraine did it yesterday. And
Oh yeah, and we all here heard it yesterday.
yeah, most people here did it
Nuh-uh,
yesterday.
nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. Most of us did not.
Okay. Let me get the shabbiest book where I know I've got the correct key and chords. I used to sing, I studied music and got a licentiate in voice, and Francis objected to that when people sing really, really high, you can't hear the words clearly. And so he said, drop an octave, and because this work is incredibly word intensive, and I learnt to do that over time. And but Francis writes over the octave. Francis was classical, and he he wrote very difficult melodies. Oh, look at all this beaut stuff. Oh my God, Ruthie, this is something. Okay.
We have a lot of Thursdays available. I just want to put that out there.
I pulled out the 40 bags full of books, and since I've been doing this, work on Zoom, I've done a lot of work of making songbooks of flavours rather than it just be historical from 67 to now, and that's been very helpful, except now they're all around every wall in the house. That's oh no, I did it again. It really wants to sing something, doesn't it? But while we're on the Irish, it might be nice just before I go to the last song to play to you the first song I wrote. My heart has strings, this is where I used to sing. My heart has strings upon which you draw your bow and play your tunes. My heart has strings upon which you draw your bow and play your tunes. Be merciful, my love, whilst we play, and you draw me to your side. Be merciful, my love, whilst we play, and you draw me to your side. My feet have wings and now I can dance, and you will be my guide. My feet have wings and now I can dance, and you will be my guide. Be merciful, my love, whilst we dance, and you draw me to your side. Be merciful, my love, whilst we dance, and you draw me to your side. My voice can soar with melody pure now that you help me sing. My voice can soar with melody pure now that you help me sing. Be merciful, my love, whilst we sing, and you draw me to your side. Be merciful, my love, whilst we sing, and you draw me to your side. La 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 One day I'll sing one note and you take me to your side. One day I'll sing one note and you take me to your side. And I will cease to sing, for my song it will be sung. Yes, I will cease to sing, for my love we will be one. I played it to Francis and he said, "That's dreadful."
Bravo.
He said, "Oh, that's dreadful." So about 3 months later, someone requested it and I went, my heart has strings upon which you draw your bow and play your tunes. My heart has strings up. Came up and he said, "Where did that song come from? It's wonderful." You couldn't get attached to all of this stuff, 12 to 15 people and all trying to do the right thing. Okay, we'll close with, but you haven't got any green on there. I don't know, Noreen. Put your little, and she does, all right. The dawn light breaks against my grief of stubborn days. The world awakes, each thing to sing your praise. And I alone stir not as though it still were night. As a dull stone, though sun shines, gives no light. Mayhair, all things reflect your face so fair. In each that sings, you of yourself are aware. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all this to me? The dawn light sings up from the wells of lovers' eyes, and gladness springs in wild new melodies. And I alone remain unmoved by all around, ghost truck gives out no sound. May hair of arms your lovely image bear, and all voices your perfect tune declare. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all this to me? The dawn light blooms within each heart of nightingales. Their songs resume, which tell love's sweet sad tales. And I alone, hidden in darkest night, remain as a dull stone, though broken, knows no pain. May hair, all things reflect your beauty rare. In every sweet song, you alone are there. But though I see your winning beauty everywhere, unless you give me love, what is all this to me? Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Raine.
Lovely to see
I
you.
love that.
Thank you, Raine. Beautiful concert.
Oh,
Wonderful,
thank you.
Rainey, wonderful.
Bravo, bravo.
Who was that?
Marvelous, Rainey.
Who are those dames?
Oh, thank you, Mike and Helen. Helen's got perfect pitch. It's enough to make